Hello everyone, it is Saturday and time for my final vlog of the summer. Now, throughout the summer, I've been keeping a list of all the stuff that has happened, be it very banal things like getting my oil changed or very exciting things like visiting the beach with my friends. And in this video, I'm just going to go through the list and kind of reflect on the stuff that I've done throughout this summer. So hang tight everyone, this is going to be a bit of a long one. Summer for me started with the month of May. I got out of classes before May 10th, and by May 15th, a lot of stuff had already happened. The first thing I have on my list is that I cleaned my room and cleaned and reorganized the living room. You'll notice something I did a lot of this summer was cleaning, and I mostly wrote it down at the start of the summer because as the summer went on, some more interesting things happened. I also got free beds for Marnie and Elena so that they could come sleep in the basement with me once they moved back in. That was fun. I cleaned the basement times 2. I also reorganized our entire kitchen and fixed the spice shelf and tea drawer, made them less terrifying. On May 15th, 2 of our roommates moved out permanently and another one moved in. I won't get into that too much, the other person that stayed, because we did not like that person very much and it caused some tension in the house. But this is a happy vlog about all the cool stuff that happened this summer, so I'm gonna keep talking about that. I used public transportation successfully so that I could go do an interview for an internship that I ended up getting and having all throughout the summer. I angry cleaned the backyard. I also bought a hammock that I filmed a couple videos from this summer and I liked it a lot. There was a night when Erica and I made some delicious meatballs and curry and also homemade donuts, which were delicious. I started cleaning the front yard. That was fun. It wasn't really that fun. I set up a room for Marnie and Elena because there are 2 halves to the basement and I was in the half that I've been in all year and Marnie and Elena slept on the other half, and I used my bed sheets and made them curtains so that I had a little bit of privacy. As early as the end of May, I had already started doing some packing because I like to pack a lot. I also helped Erica fix her bed, which ended up not working out very well, but you know what? I did it and we felt cool. I had my second interview at the Fund for the Public Interest Telephone Outreach Project, which was a working interview, and I was then invited back for training week, and I was later offered the job for that, but that didn't start until after I had worked at reunions, which I talked about a little bit in a vlog. I also, in that time, got my oil changed and I ran a house meeting. So after that, I started my internship at Mercy Corps Northwest. For that, I was their survey coordinator. I completed my training week at the Telephone Outreach Project and was offered a job there. So I worked there all throughout the summer until I left, which brings me to June. At this point, summer really started. Marnie and Elena both came back within the first week or so of June, and I was really excited about that. I hadn't seen Elena since she left for Spain that winter, so I was like, well, my friends are coming back, and that is super exciting. I get to say that I did research over the summer. It didn't really feel like research, but because Justin, who was our supervisor, was so adamant about us being able to say we did research, I'm gonna say I did research. I made coffee without having to ask how at my internship, and I felt pretty cool for doing that. I was also in June put on ultimatum at work, which meant that I performed below quota for a week, and the next week I had to make quota, otherwise I'd be fired. And right after I survived ultimatum, I was made the activist of the week at work, which meant that I raised many dollars and did super well, which meant that I got to pick the pizza at pizza night. Pizza night was a thing every Wednesday. We all got pizza, courtesy of the office, and that was a fun thing. I went running 3 days in a row at 7 a.m. I made a graduation present for my brother Scott. There was also a night in June when it rained, and Marnie and Elena and I kind of just needed to stand outside in the rain, dance a little while, and have kind of a heartfelt talk. I taught myself how to ride my bike without my hands. I also spent a Saturday laying out in the sun and swimming in a pool and then getting some great noodles with Marnie and Elena. I also, that same night, kind of picked a lock. Marnie was house sitting and got locked out of the bathroom, so I just screwed off the doorknob and turned the thing so that it would open. But you know what? I still did it. I felt cool for it. As a result of running, my foot started hurting a lot, so I stopped running, and that made me sad. The weekend after the pool weekend, I went to Multnomah Falls with Marnie and Elena, and we also had a picnic in Lavender Valley. I frolicked in the lavender, if you remember that video. I bought myself a new phone, but then I had to return it because it was not the phone I thought it was, but then I bought a different one, and now I have a phone I like. There was a day when I found a lizard on my bed because Erica has pet lizards, and they kept escaping, and we thought one of them was lost forever, but then it just showed showed up on my pillow downstairs, even though she lived upstairs. It was a weird time, but there was a lizard in my bed. And that rounded off June. The next thing that happened was July. As you may know, there's this big holiday that happens at the start of July, and that's called the 4th of July, also known as Independence Day. For that, I got the day off of work and off of my internship, and I was really excited about that because by that point I was actually kind of ready to be done with work and done with my internship because I was pretty tired. For the 4th of July, we had a cookout because we wanted to. I made actual real life potato salad just like mom makes it at home, and I was very proud of myself for that. We also went to see fireworks that night. I put in my 2 weeks notice at work. However, I was then put on ultimatum at work for my second to last week, but I survived that so I could go through my last week and still be getting paid. Marnie shares a birthday with mom, July 13th, and I helped her mom with a super secret birthday plan. That was just such a cool thing. I talked to the business office about switching over some financial stuff. I went to the Goodwill bins with Elena twice. Marnie and Erica came the second time as well. I also started writing my novel again. As you may be aware, I have a completed first draft, and I got a little bit into a second draft before abandoning it the fall of my freshman year of college, and now I kind of picked it back up. I continued packing. Yes, this is one of my favorites. I put my screen protector on my phone perfectly in one try, which is unheard of. Actually, no, I lied. This is my favorite one on the list. It's just a quote from Elena that says, "Not really. I mean, we just got really giggly and put on some sweaters," which describes kind of the entire dynamic of Elena and my friendship. We just get really goofy sometimes, and it's honestly my favorite thing. Shortly after that, Marnie and Elena and I went to the beach, and we met up with Erica and her boyfriend there, and it was fantastic. I made a video about it. You might remember it. We achieved a 50% response rate in my internship, which was a big deal. I oiled some door hinges at 11:30 p.m. apparently. I forgot about that. I went through my old clothes and got rid of stuff, which then inspired Marnie to do the same. I had my last day at work and at my internship. Right before I left, a person sent me an angry email because they decided we were harassing them by calling them and emailing them a lot, which we weren't. If you just answered the survey, stop trying to contact you. Then I went to Olive Garden with my friends. The best part, someone told the waiter that it was my birthday, and so then I got like this delicious cheesecake for free, and they sang happy birthday to me on not my birthday. We also watched a movie called They're My Romai, which was an adorable movie. And then I finished packing so that I could go on my travel day from hell from Portland to Champaign. My flight left after midnight on Saturday, and I then proceeded to spend 15 hours in the Dallas-Fort Worth airport, and I did not enjoy that at all. And then I went to this thing called Leadership, which is super cool, and I was gonna make a video about it, but then I forgot to. I met so many new people, so many amazing people. We went on a challenge course and bonded. I had in-depth conversation with people I barely know. I was called sir twice by the waitstaff because I had short hair. My stomach hurt while I was there. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, I remember. That wasn't fun. It was because I was traveling for so much, and my body was like, how about you don't do that? And it just was hurting. And I played both Capture the Flag and Dodgeball. If you know anything about me, you'll know that I'm not actually a big fan of sports and playing sports, but you know, so I spent the majority of my life being the person who doesn't participate in things like Capture the Flag and Dodgeball, and it shows because I'm terrible at it, but I still was kind of proud of myself for getting out there and playing games that I'm bad at and not being ashamed. There was a night, it was the last night that we were at Later Shape, where we had a night of feedback and appreciation, and it made me feel really good. There's things that other people see about you that you don't see. You know, being told about some of those and also being validated in some of the things that I've worked on about myself. It felt good. It felt really good. I liked it. After Leadership, mom drove out to Illinois to get me and went through Chicago then to get Scott, and then drove back home, and I was at home for a couple days. I ran a lot of errands while I was there. I had a dentist appointment. I got my new car registration. I ordered contact lenses. I saw Frances. She's an amazing lady. I also bought myself a new watch, and I had lunch at the veterinary clinic. And then shortly after that, we had Travel Day from Hell Part 2, Des Moines to Sedona. The actual flights were not that bad at all, but there was a snafu, as I called it in my last video, about the rental car. So I also got to put on my list of things that I've done is that I have gotten a rental car in my name and paid for it with my credit card. That's a thing that happened. I was called Sun on the airplane. While we were in Sedona, I dabbed on a very tall rock. We saw the Grand Canyon, then we went and picked up Megan, and then we drove back from Arizona to Iowa in 2 days, which was a lot of driving. Shortly after that, came here back to Portland, and you mostly know what happened after that. Something that I haven't mentioned is that we had a beautiful paella dinner. Paella is a Spanish food that Elena found in Spain, and oh wait, we're in August now. Elena took us out to paella at this fancy fancy restaurant for her birthday. So we had this luxurious dinner that was amazing and delicious, and we just had such a good time, and that will go down as one of my favorite memories of everything in the summer especially. So that's my list of things that I did this summer, and I wanted to make this video. It's mostly for me so that I can go back, you know, and however many years I feel like I'm gonna watch this, you know, in the next, I don't know, 3 years, 4 years, however long down the line the internet lasts, and just watch this video and be like, whoa, those were those things that I did when I stayed in Portland over the summer. So if you stuck with me through this video, good for you. You did great. And if you're me in 5 years, I hope that every summer between now and then has been as great as this one.